You're listening to The Fellas with Anthony McCoy,
Listen, man, that wasn't my fault. It was an unknown error.
Rich Thurston,
Someone said it was like the Bulls never changed their passwords and Tibbs just popped in and did an auto trade.
Kev Lund,
We're out here doing this podcast, and these fools are out here blowing Super Bowls. Like, let's switch that up. Pay me a cool million, and I'll call the right place. I promise you.
and Kyle Straub.
When one of those point guards is James Harden, yes, the answer is yes, they are a better team.
Welcome to another episode of The Fellas. A lot has happened since the last time we have talked with you. 3 wins in 5 days for the Tar Heels. McCoy and myself, very happy about that. We'll get on Rich and Kev a little bit later, but I want to start with Rich, you. Because one of the things that has happened since we last talked... What?
Calling people out, son.
You gotta wait for that heat, son. You gotta wait for that.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
that fire.
That's waiting. Now we're gonna put it on the back burner. Let it build before we get to it.
Let that simmer.
You got a new boy. It doesn't happen often, but there is a new boy in the group.
Your
IT.
boy.
You were happy with the first day though, right?
He's
22 points.
22 points, 6 assists on
Off
7
the
to
bench?
12 off the bench. Yes.
So first, we need to start with the off the bench stuff. His agent coming out saying he wasn't coming off the bench and it wasn't going to happen and this and that. What have you heard inside? Like, is it okay?
He
You heard more stuff about Lakers stuff? Because that was some nonsense for his agent to come out and just say that.
he went to dinner with Luke Wallen, and Luke Wallen was like, "Look, the team is gelling right now. They've been on a tear, so we need you to come off the bench." That shit is hilarious, Kev. And I think IT knew it was in his best interest to not cause like a commotion his first day as a Laker. So he
Why
was like,
not?
"Yeah, I'll come
Especially
off the
when it's a
bench."
contract year.
Yeah. Yo, he
Did he cause
holds
enough in
himself
Cleveland?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
There you go. There's stop them
He-
from
I-
talking, IT. Jesus.
He holds himself in such
Yeah,
high
you know what
regard.
that means?
This shit is crazy. He really thinks he's like an MVP type player. He needs to just chill.
Son, he scored 30 points a game. I honestly don't blame him.
He
Like, how
thought
many
he was
people
getting
score
that.
30 points a game in the NBA?
He was getting that 200
He
mil,
did it for a
man.
year. Like,
He was. Just a year ago, you know?
He's salty, son. That's he'd be pissed too.
But I also kind of feel like the situation he was in, any scorer that was deemed the man on that team probably could have come close to putting up the numbers he did.
So is that Brad Stevens?
yo, someone said
I think it's everything, Kev. I think it's Brad Stevens, the team, the city. I think all of it just kind of fed into that aura of like, oh, the little guy, IT, look at him, now he's our
perfect
guy.
storm.
But he's not actually that good, though.
Rich, who
No, he's
said that?
good.
Someone had that.
I wouldn't say he's
Yo,
not good.
Hold on. Obviously, everybody in the NBA is good, and he's one of the better ones. But in terms of putting him on different levels, max contract, he's not there. So I'm not going to say
Oh,
that
yeah.
he's really
All right.
that good.
I agree
And a
with that.
large part of that is his height.
oh,
So
listen,
you think
and
he's
his height is-
overrated, basically?
listen.
Extremely overrated, coming out of Boston.
I agree
And
with
that's
that.
part of the perfect storm. Boston's a huge market. It built him up way bigger than he actually is. And I hate to say this, but even his sister dying and that story during the playoffs built him up to another level.
That's
Yes.
how legends are made, son.
Come on, man.
Yo, for as good as he did offensively, his height, man, like
Get it.
watching him play
And his defense, dude.
Yo, his defense, oh my god. Like,
Right, like him against a point guard is a mismatch.
yeah.
So you can't
Anything's a
switch.
mismatch, son.
So you can't switch at all.
You know, all right, there were a few times where Dirk caught him in the post, and he tried really hard, and he forced Dirk into missing shots. But then Dirk got the rebound on one and just straight up shot, and it was like no one was there.
Yeah.
Because there
Man.
wasn't.
Yeah.
There was no impingement at all to his shot.
Hold on, and if Dirk's
think
doing
you-
that now, that's even worse.
Yeah, right.
That man looks like he's gonna break.
Rich, I actually think you summed it up best in the group chat with your text, and you were like, I feel like this is my son who's 5 years old trying to guard me right now.
Yeah.
Like, this just isn't
Yo,
fair.
there's a shot.
Is there even a ref that's fucking shorter than him?
Yo, he's about the same size as the refs.
Maybe
he was talking
not.
to him, and he was about eye level with him.
Just a normal person who's really good at basketball, but you're a
Same
normal
size as
person,
who?
so you can't play.
The ref.
The ref.
Yo, the thing is
Like
about
refs
it,
and coaches are all skying over this player, man.
Yeah, Luke Walton's like 6'7", yeah. But like I remember saying that's why like Boston couldn't win because you couldn't do anything with him on defense. And now watching him on my team play defense, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, Boston really got over on them by getting Kyrie for him straight up, you know?
Yo, that's the best
I
thing
mean,
you
they
do
gave
for
up
Kyrie.
Crowder, too, but they didn't need Crowder. Yeah, that's
That-
foul by the Cavs, son.
That
they
trade
played
looks
themselves.
so bad for the Cavs.
Terrible. That's because
Like,
they didn't
yes,
have
they got that
Griffin,
Nets
right?
pick.
Yeah,
What's that?
They got
didn't
duped
have
because
Griffin.
they didn't have their GM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't even have to trade Kyrie.
But the thing is, with the Nets
Yeah.
pick, which is essentially all they got out of this trade, out of the Kyrie trade, all they're left with is just that Kyrie pick. I mean, the net pick. They don't even know where it's going to fall, and right now it doesn't guarantee
Top
that it's
10.
going to be a top 3.
It's going to be
There's-
top 10, though.
Yeah, but top
Okay,
3 is
but-
where you want to be for franchise type talent.
Exactly, and you gave up Kyrie. You need a top 3. Otherwise, this trade is one of the worst in history of any sport.
Yeah, this ain't the NFL
It's
draft.
got to be.
Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they kind of cleaned it
But
up.
yo, go
Like,
back
what
to
they-
Yeah, well, I think the Cavs did, Rich. They did do a good job of like restructuring their roster, but that trade was still a disaster
Yeah, nothing equals Kyrie.
because you're restructuring to try and get to the same point you were already at.
Yeah. Kev?
Yeah,
So
but
it
they
leads
got
me to a
some
second
good young
point, though,
players.
With him now on your team and now he being your boy, he's looking for a max contract, right? Are you
Yeah,
gonna give it to
probably.
him?
I think there's a chance they give him like a 1 year, like a 1 year max. Like they did with Caldwell Pope. Like they might
You
give him
can
like
go into next year. Right.
yeah. I mean, yo, to be honest with you, if his
Will he
ego,
take that though?
if he doesn't have a choice,
Like I don't know if he will.
Is he turning down $25 million?
Yeah,
If
that's the
I'm
thing.
him, I am because I'm looking at the bigger picture, not a 1 year deal. Because he's not the type of player who can go out there in 1 year and blow up, and teams will be like, okay, now I'll give you the long term.
It depends
The
on
more he
who else
plays,
is
the
offering
older
what.
he gets, and the more miles on that already hurt hip, the more his money and his value go down. So I'm cashing in as much as I can if I'm him this offseason.
I was thinking
Yeah.
today how I wish his ego would chill, because if they could restructure some things and keep some cap space and maybe get like a Paul George and someone else, I would love to have him on like a mid-level deal and have him come off the bench.
Yeah, right.
I think he could be like a great. What's so funny from Kevin?
He's not coming there. LeBron's definitely not going
No,
there.
I don't
He's
want
there.
LeBron. Yeah, no, but like
I
mean, like,
know you don't.
but I just
No,
mean,
what
they
was-
could get-
What was funny was IT coming off the bench.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Kev.
I'm not
I know.
coming up the bench in caps.
I know.
In caps.
I
With
know.
the exclamation point.
And,
And you're not having LeBron and IT on the same team.
Nope.
Clearly, that was not a good relationship.
it was funny though. They were like the Cavs just traded the Lakers a draft pick, their draft pick, and the cap room to sign LeBron next year. But I don't want that to happen.
So go
Well,
back
alright,
to
so
hold on.
say-
Go, I
What
want
do
to
you
ask this
want?
question real quick.
Go for it.
Brad Stevens is he? Did he make
By
IT?
the way, everybody, Kev is coming from space today. That's why he sounds the way he is.
I won't sound like that on
Orbiting
the.
Earth right now.
I only sound like that to you guys. No, what I
Try
wanted to
Kevin
know
over
was
there.
if what you thought if Brad Stevens made Isaiah Thomas and Crowder and all those guys.
I think he had a lot to do with it, Kev. Like,
I agree.
I think,
I want to say Crowder's a solid 3-and-D player, you know?
yeah.
Like, he's not terrible, but I guess he did pretty terrible on the Cavs, so maybe he does suck. Like, but I feel like he's like a decent player for today's NBA, you know?
Oh no, yeah. I watched him play a few minutes on a Jazz game last night, and he was doing things he was doing in Boston. Maybe the Cavs situation is just so fucked.
Yo, it's hard to play with LeBron, man, especially when you're only there for 30, 40 games, you know?
And he's not trying.
Yeah, and LeBron doesn't like you. Like, he's
Yeah.
not out there. It's not like he's J.R. Smith or somebody like J.R. Smith's probably his boy because he's still on the team, you know?
And J.R. Smith will tell him to go fuck himself.
Yep, he sure will. J.R. Smith's shooting them threes regardless.
Yup.
Yo, funny J.R. Smith story. I read the article today. The big story out today is how it's no longer about houses and bling. It's about wine with the NBA players, especially the Banana Boat crew. Well, so apparently recently in this article, the Cavs went to a winery that had been affected by the fires that you guys had out there, Kev. And it was one of LeBron's favorite wineries. And while they were there, they were being told about this Pinot Noir and, excuse me, it was a Chardonnay. And it was not the typical Chardonnay from that area because it wasn't buttery. Well, they all tasted it. And as soon as they did, J.R. Smith's hand in the back went up. He said, "Yo, bro, this is buttery."
What, was it red wine?
No, it was a white.
Yeah, see,
Like, is that not the most J.R.
gross,
Smith
that's
shit
why.
ever? This guy is boasting about their non-buttery drink, and he's like, "Nah, this buttery, man."
Did they like it? They liked it like that?
Yeah, is that
What?
a good thing or a bad thing?
I'm asking, did they like it buttery?
Here's the thing with wine. It is, everybody has a different palate and a different taste. And every wine is different because it's grown in a different place, different types of juice, the way that it's made and fermented. Like, there's a whole bunch that goes into wines. So some people may and some people may not.
Did JR
Overall,
like it?
Yeah,
What's
dude,
that?
I live with a
Yeah, I
wine
like the
connoisseur,
buttery one.
man.
I don't think JR, like the article didn't talk much about him. The article more
okay.
focused on, it was more about LeBron, Wade, Steph, KD, Jimmy
Nah, they'll drink
Butler,
wine.
and
Jimmy Buckets.
Man,
Lawson drink
Straw,
Kevin
this is the
Love, Melo.
longest goddamn answer. Did they like it?
It was a yes or no.
because there is no, it's a yes. I told you right away. There's so many different wines, and everybody has a different palate. So there is no yes or
How
no.
about you? Do you
some
like
people
it?
will like
Do
it,
you
and some
like
people
the
won't.
buttery taste? Do you like it? Because the person I live
No,
with
I
loves
Well,
it,
Kev,
so that's
depending
all
on
I
what
wanted to
grapes
know.
they come from and where they get stepped on.
No, Rich, not at all. Like I'm not a fan of those at all.
See how easy
Give me-
that was for
give
you?
me
You
a
like
nice
that
Pinot.
nasty red wine, that's why.
That juice.
It's not nasty,
It is
son. That
gross,
shit is
man.
mad
red
good.
Wine sucks.
I'm drinking a Pinot Noir right now, and it's wonderful.
Nope, it's trash.
Blackberries, some cherries, some vanilla on it. It's some good shit.
That actually doesn't sound bad.
Yo, it's mad good.
The ingredients, the wine part, though,
So,
the red wine.
so I know a lot
And
of
it
people
tastes
don't really
nothing
give a
like
shit about
that.
this. So here's my last thing. If you guys do read the article, and I recommend you do, because it just had some funny, good stories if you like the NBA, and it focused more about the Cavs. But shit, I'm drunk and I forgot what I was gonna say now.
You talk too
got
damn
them
much,
grapes.
son. Damn.
Yeah, you
Just
know,
get to the
it
point.
happens.
Can't just get to the point out here.
Breathe, son. Drinking, you gotta get some
What I
air.
was gonna say.
Look at him over there.
Meanwhile,
On to the next topic.
Well, I was
My
going to have a
topic.
nice, true, smooth transition before
Here's
when
my
Rich
cup.
brought up the 1-year max for IT. If that happens, do you see a problem with IT and Lonzo being on the same team, being that LeVar has already said that Lonzo's only there 3 years, and if the Lakers don't take the other 2 balls, they're gone.
He
Listen,
didn't
I
say
don't
that.
think-
The Lakers just need to get his brothers.
I don't think
Now, he said he wanted all 3 there.
Yeah.
anyone
Maybe that happens.
will have a problem being Lonzo's teammate. I think everyone's gonna have a problem being LeVar's teammate.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know which one of the guys that went to the Cavs in the trade recently, but one of the questions he was asked at the first practice was, "Do you miss LeVar?" And his answer was, "Man, I'm not touching that," and turned around and walked away.
probably
Wonder who said
Larry Nance.
that.
Larry Nance is smart enough to do that. Jordan Clarkson would have said something stupid.
Yeah.
That's true. Or just started talking about white women and
And
chicken.
chicken, yeah.
Oh,
And that's
I
not
remembered my
racism.
point
That's
from the
actually
wine
only he
thing.
talks
Hold on,
about.
backtrack, rewind. I'm going to finish off my wine thing. Biggest takeaway from the article was how perfectionists these NBA players are. Because when they went on these tours, all that shit that you were just making fun of, the different wines that come from different juices and all this kind of shit, they ask such intricate questions that all of these like sommeliers and shit make friends with them because they're intrigued by them. It's kind of that perfectionist of being that good at your craft that you're like that with everything you do in life. It's
Or
kind
they
of
make
weird.
friends with them because they're basketball players and have millions of dollars.
No. These people that are sommeliers are weird people.
What did you call
Like,
them?
their life-
Sommeliers?
Yeah, so a
Somalians?
sommelier is no. A sommelier is
That's the
a
pirates,
master.
right?
They're a master of wines. They can taste a wine and pick out, I think it's 12 different notes in a wine. 12 different notes. Most people can only pick out like one.
Son.
When I say that there's blackberry, cherry, and vanilla in there, Those are the different notes.
Flavors?
The flavors, sound flavors.
Hold on, no, because there's also bitterness, sweetness. There's all sorts of different stuff that go into it.
Sweetness.
That's a
You
flavor?
know what? Since you say I talk too much, here's the simplest way of putting it. There are less sommeliers than there are NBA Hall of Famers. It's
There are
that hard to
less.
become one.
Oh, okay.
There's less than 250 sommeliers in the entire world.
Well, I'll drop this bombshell on you right now, and your mind's about to be blown, but I'm one of them motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh. And that's why I'm going to tell you red wine sucks.
Then do me a
You
favor
need to
real quick.
respect my
Yo.
authority, son.
Hold on. No,
Rich,
no.
I'm
If you're a
sorry. Like my
sommelier,
accent.
I want to
Just,
know.
man.
I want to know about what I'm drinking right now. This
Yeah, tell us about them
Northwest
notes.
Black Pinot Noir.
Them notes is
Vintage,
trash, son.
Vintage 2016. Give
Well,
me the 12. The
How many
12
notes?
First of all,
Ain't shit
first
vintage
of all,
from
I'm-
2016.
First of all, from 2000, yeah, wait, that ain't vintage, son. Vintage is at least 75 years when you're a sommelier like myself.
How many notes you picking up in that Tito's?
I get all the notes in them Tito's, man. Notes on notes on notes, son. Matter of fact, we're going to pull up and taste some notes right now.
Yo, you watched that
know
show?
You're gonna be feeling his bed soon.
You watched that
son.
show Disjointed on Netflix?
Yeah, I did watch that. I
Look,
was
you're looking
tuned
like
also.
you're looking like Dank right now, son.
Dang, you Yeah. That dude is smart as hell, though.
And
He has, like, a law
exactly, you can
degree.
take some notes, son.
Yeah, he ain't a sommelier, though.
He's the other one.
The other one.
Actually, Griffin's wife, the old GM of the Cavs, was a sommelier.
Really?
Yeah, that's part of the reason that they got into it. So, Mello is like fucking crazy with wines. Absurd.
That's why he can't
Must have
play.
got that from Amari, bathing in wine.
Started it when he was out in Denver.
That's why he can't play no
Nothing else
more.
to
He's a
do.
drunk.
He's a lush.
That ain't Gatorade. It's that juice.
That juice.
So, Rich, I didn't hear your answer on the LeVar thing because I had my memory come back to me. So, besides the stupidity of his comments, what was your thought on, was there a conflict between IT and him if he sticks around for another year?
Oh no, him and Lonzo will be fine. People on the team love Lonzo.
But you think IT would be able to come off the bench
No, that's the thing. He's not
for
going.
an entire year? So you don't think he's coming back at all?
I
Then?
mean, if he does, he'll have to start. And it's fucking annoying because if you think Isaiah Thomas can start next to Lonzo, then D'Angelo Russell could definitely have started next to Lonzo.
Yeah, boy.
Chia boy.
Was it Brandon Ingram's boy though?
Is that what it was?
I really think that had a lot to do with it.
Ingram's got that hot fire right now, son.
Yo, Ingram.
48% from three? That's Luke May numbers.
That's a wonderful transition right there, McCoy, because we can now talk about how Luke May is a better basketball player than Kevin.
He's
He
better
went
than
all
that.
the way
Numbers
in.
don't lie,
He
son.
didn't even say shooter.
Kevin
He said just
Durant.
a better player.
Yeah, right.
Better, son.
I was just saying better from three, son.
Nope. He's got them all over.
All over.
Well, he can't be a better rebounder because he was less in that category by like
It was
half,
it was
right?
it was by a half a
Probably because
rebound,
Lonzo-
and that was before the game. It probably went up, and now
Luke had
he's at,
17 last game, so
So what we're talking about is the graphic before North Carolina's game against Notre Dame on Monday night showed a side-by-side Luke May versus Kevin Durant. And May shoots 48 points, 48% from three.
the graphic
Durant only
was
shot
players
40.
that shot like better than 40% from three and grabbed more than 10 rebounds a game.
And there's
And
only
the
two
only
of them.
two players in major conference history were KD.
So who the hell
and
cares
Luke May.
what the numbers that you put in front or if I put them in the back? It's still Kevin Durant and Luke May in a
Well, if you're gonna
side-by-side,
bring
and
up the
Luke May is
graphic,
better.
at least bring up what the graphic is.
I was getting there, son. I was giving the numbers.
You already said something different.
No, I was on the way. I just said he shot 48% from three-pointer, and you want to jump in and be like, oh, no, this is what it all has to say. Sit back and sip on your bottle, man.
I'm gonna sip this whole bottle too.
Tell you what, we'll make peace, though, real quick, because we need to give these other two some shit.
So better than KD, huh?
Better than
So
KD said. Numbers don't
Just
lie.
a couple of weeks ago, Richard and Kevin wanted to joke around after North Carolina lost to, I think it was Clemson. Here come the NIT.
Yeah.
How's that NIT looking,
Now we
fellas?
beat Duke, NC State, and Notre Dame back to back to back. We going back to back.
So you
to
beat
back,
Duke
son.
and nobody else.
Yeah. Thanks.
State's going to be in the tournament, so we beat 2 tournaments.
From what I hear
64
from you, they're
fucking teams
trash.
make the tournament, Kyle.
Is that our fault?
Okay, and we just beat
Did
2
we
of
make
them.
the field?
Okay, but those teams that doesn't make them good.
Yeah, I think it definitely qualifies that they're a good team because if you want to really get down to the nitty gritty, take all of the automatic qualifiers out, and now you've got all the shitty teams going basically.
I gotta say, I'm kind of
You're
salty
left
that
with
we
40
beat
good
State
teams.
when I wasn't there, and then lost to them when we were there.
Yeah, son, you and Caleb aren't allowed to come back.
Oh, I'm coming back. I'm totally coming back.
If they lose again when you come back, you're
Savage,
done.
son.
Son, you're done.
I'm a savage.
This ain't
I'm coming
baseball.
back.
2 strikes and you're out.
No, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna have to go to the State game again just to get that back. You know.
I'll make sure I put in a word.
I hope you go back to watch State and you see them lose. Like, I hope you see other teams win, but I hope every time you go to State, they lose.
Then
So
I'll
I'm telling
stop
you right
going.
now,
If
if
we
he
lose
comes
again
and it
to
happens
State, I'm
again,
not
he's
going
not
to see
coming
us
to
play
another-
State
You're
again.
losing
son.
out, son.
Yeah,
This
like
ain't
he's just not
baseball,
coming to
son.
State
2
games.
strikes and I'm out. Like
He literally just
Losing
said that.
out.
You can't reuse people's material when they said it like 30 fucking seconds ago.
I wasn't paying attention. I was reading that
Literally
in
30
Beat
seconds.
shit.
You clearly were.
Nah, I
Right?
wasn't. I was
Part of
reading
you
that in
was.
Beat, that Instagram.
Part of him was.
You're gonna lose out.
That subconscious picked up on it.
End the season on a 4-game losing streak.
No,
Nah, that ain't. Well, one. All right.
That ain't never
hold on.
happening.
One, Kev, that ain't happening because one of those 4 games is a real easy one against Wake Forest.
Danny Manning's team.
But
True.
your one against Wolford was good, too. It was easy, too.
All right, hold on a second. Let's. 'cause
Fletcher,
actually-
Trevor
McGee
McGee.
out there.
I'm glad.
Where's?
I'm glad
I
you
don't
brought
even
it up
see
'cause
Wake
It reminded me I
Forest.
wanted to talk about this shit.
Where's?
A veteran team
Schedule.
knows that it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and we're starting to peak
And
at
we
the right
finished
time.
well.
Do not mistake that by me thinking that we're still gonna like win a title or something. I don't see that.
Hell
We're
no.
still a
You ain't even
elite
getting
8
past
type
the hell
team.
no. You ain't even Sweet 16.
No, you're out of
We
your mind,
always
son.
Sweet 16, man.
Unless
We the
unless
sweetest
they
16.
absolutely Kev, unless they absolutely collapse, they'll be playing in Charlotte for the first 2 rounds. So it's
Get
essentially
out,
home
dude.
games. We're already seen as a top 4 team. We're getting through the first 2 rounds, so we're in the Sweet 16.
No, you're not.
You cheat every year, too,
Easy.
playing your first games in North Carolina.
We don't
How's
make
that
the
not
brackets.
cheating?
Hell no, you ain't
Hold
making
on
the
a
Sweet
second, Rich.
16.
The fix
It's
is it.
literally how they do the brackets. If you're in the top 16, you get seated as close to home as possible.
There ain't no
For
way in hell.
everybody.
Brackets?
For everybody.
Do we pick where we play?
Nope.
Yes,
Sure do.
because you cheat.
We just win where
You
we
ain't
play.
cheating. You ain't trying to win, Rich.
Son,
That's true.
they tried to get us for cheating. They investigated on investigated,
We'll pick.
and they ain't got us.
They ain't
I'll
getting
take
the
that
Sweet
easy
16.
road every time.
Hell no. Hell
I'll
no.
take them home games every time, son.
Enjoy the first round, because that's about it.
You can keep thinking that. Just like you thought we were going to lose to Notre Dame last night. How'd that work out?
Kyle, we say
You're
you're going to
still
lose to
gonna
every
lose.
fucking team.
And it don't
Just said
work
you're
out
gonna
most of
lose-
the time,
said you're gonna
does it?
lose out.
You
It'll work out
you
more.
gonna be right 4 to 7 times a year, so
60% of the time, it works every
McCoy, I'll
time.
take our 30.
every time. That's not possible. Oh man.
Yo,
But yeah, Kev, they'll be in the tournament. They're getting past the first round. You're out your mind.
that's about
You guys
it.
can hate on them all you want.
See?
No, no, no.
I'll
You
continue
can hate
to.
on them all you want because when they win, just like when the Penguins got the 2-peat last year, and y'all tried
Listen,
jumping on
first of
every
all-
team that the Penguins played, it makes it that much
First
sweeter
of all,
for
don't
me.
sully my UNC experience by bringing your 2P into this.
2P.
I don't want to hear it, son.
Why?
Because fuck
Son,
your 2P, son.
Do
Like,
you
your
know
2P
what's
can
going to
go
happen?
somewhere.
If Hold on, McCoy, do you
And
know
that's
what
the
happens
2P.
if
Sully
North
and
Carolina
ass
wins a title
That's the
this
finest
year?
shit ever.
Do you know what happens if North Carolina wins a title this year?
You ain't calling it a 2P, son.
Want a motherfucking bet? Admit log into the Go Heels. 2
You should have already had a
Been
2P,
logging.
but what happened?
2-peat, son.
This would be the 2P, Cav. This would be our first chance.
Yeah, you could have had one.
Coulda had
If something didn't happen the first time.
That didn't
Something.
happen, man.
Oh, that
Yo,
happened.
who's ranked number 1? Is Virginia ranked number 1?
Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia.
So I heard-
That's how you know
plays
college
Miami
is bummy.
tonight. That's a big game.
Yo, so I heard some
And-
shit. The last
Virginia, first of all.
the last time they were ranked number 1 was 1982. I heard this shit
You weren't
on
even born yet.
I heard this shit on the
You weren't even
radio.
born.
And you know who was the NFL MVP? A fucking kicker.
Brian Snyder.
No way. Really?
Yeah, dude.
On what team?
The Redskins. Your
Oh,
favorite team.
boo. Boo.
Oh, I heard
Yeah,
that
that
shit
should
on my
never
way in the
happen.
house today about Virginia being number 1, and Jay Billis said some shit about 1982.
You know what Virginia's problem is?
This is actually their second week in a row being number 1.
Yeah, but
Their
the problem
is
with
that
them...
they can't score the ball,
Right.
which is why they will lose by the Sweet 16.
Scored on you.
No,
No,
they
they
didn't.
didn't. We
No,
just
they
scored
didn't,
40
Kev.
something. Up that, like
Enough
they
to
can't
win.
score, son. If you drop buckets on them, they lose. If you score 50,
Literally?
they lose.
Yeah, all you need is one person to get hot, and you can beat Virginia.
That's why college
all.
basketball
Well,
sucks.
hold on a second.
No,
Apparently,
Rich, because Virginia doesn't advance.
Rich,
Rich.
Rich,
Just fucking
UNC,
sucks.
UNC lost to Virginia 61-49. So apparently, you guys didn't
We
do
lost
enough
to
of that,
Virginia the one year we won the title.
do enough of that
anyway.
scoring either. Hold
Yeah,
on,
like,
no,
we
They
lost-
didn't-
don't try to
Kev,
change the
Kev, they didn't get
subject.
to 50, Kev.
Right? Out here hating on,
Hold on a minute.
out here
Hold
hating
on a
on
minute.
Virginia
You're-
because they can't score and they're putting
You
up
think Virginia
49.
putting up 69 is scoring a lot?
No,
I
I think
think
college basketball
UNC
sucks.
putting up 49 is shitty.
Because that's what Virginia does. They play really good defense. They slow the game down. You don't get
So apparently they
opportunities.
don't have to score a lot. More
But
than
if North Carolina
49.
gets a couple
Wait.
of players hot and they start running, all of a sudden we drop 90 on them because that's what we average.
But so my only problem with that is you just said they haven't been number 1 since 1982. So
That don't
obviously
matter.
they do need to score a bit more than that. Like, fuck them. Non-scoring asses. They can have their little wins and their little shine here and there, but like, is Virginia realistically ever gonna win the title?
I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe one year,
realistically,
like in a shit year, but I doubt it.
Yeah, like when 2010 Duke year, they could have something like that happen. But outside of that, they're not going to be the best team in the nation that wins 6 straight games to get a title. It's not happening.
I still wish that
Yeah.
shot.
Y'all scored under 50 twice this year.
Fletcher McGee will get hot on
Yeah.
him and take him out, you know?
Suckers.
Kev, like I
That'd be
said
dope.
earlier, it ain't about how you start the year; it's how you finish.
That's all it takes, son. One Fletcher
Tell me
McGee on your
tell
team.
me what we just scored in
Well,
the 3 wins we just had in 5 straight days.
Against who?
Duke,
Okay, you had
NC State,
82. Big
Notre Dame.
fucking big deal. And you had 83 against Notre Dame. I'm not impressed.
Kev,
in a 40-minute
college
game.
You're the,
basketball
you're the
sucks.
best
What are you
team.
smoking,
You're
son?
the best team in the world. You should score fucking 117
not
points.
this
What
year.
can UNC do to impress either one of y'all, though? Like, what do we have to do to impress either one of y'all? Y'all are hating regardless of what we do.
that's true.
Sounds familiar.
You know what's weird? I think about this because
I'm
Hey,
listening,
hey,
Rich.
hey, hey.
I don't know what it is with the Tar
Everybody.
Heels. I don't know what it is with the Tar Heels. Because I'll sit here and be pumped for the Bulls for you. Like, but when it comes to the Tar Heels, I can't do it.
Speaking of
I
the
can tell
Bulls,
you right now
son.
why. Because you hate the family.
Yeah, family. Here we
What the fuck are
go.
you talking about?
Here we go. Yo, so
Family hating
when I was down
bastard.
there,
Thank you. I was waiting for you to come in, McCoy.
we were
Continue.
watching, when you go into the museum, like, there's an intro video. It's like a 5-minute video with, like, all the players. And, you know, they talk like I'm a Tar Heel type shit. So Ray Felton was on there, and he was saying, like, oh, like, you know, I came here, and the coach
Hold
was
on one
like,
second. He literally. But
he said this, yeah, he straight up said, like, oh, it was like a family, and all this other shit, and I was dying.
And he
It was funny
literally
as hell.
used the word, Roy is like a surrogate
Yeah,
father.
he did.
And I turned around and looked at McCoy and said, fucking Rich.
Yup, that's why I hate them.
I told you. You
You
hate
know-
the family.
No, you know what I think it is?
What is it, Kev? Kev,
These
I'm here.
motherfuckers haven't had a good ass fucking player since we were in like middle school. Like that's
What are
cool.
you talking
Like
about?
that's cool.
That's true.
like that's cool. Like you would
Hold
sit
on
there.
a second.
Like
You guys want to hate on Luke May. That motherfucker is cool.
We got a ton of NBA players, so I don't know what you're talking about, man.
No,
I
you said
didn't
cool
say
ones, but-
NBA players. I said a cool ass cat, motherfucker. There ain't nobody that I'd want rolling on my team, or even to talk to. Those motherfuckers.
Tyler
are all losers.
Hansbrough, man, that's you.
Oh yeah, that's me though. Come on now. Everybody but him.
we need is one, man.
Like, I feel like
You hate on yourself now, son?
Hey, I'm not trying to have a big ego over here, right? Don't want to be conceited.
Humble.
But y'all had MJ and then Sheed and Vince Carter and then
Carter,
Stackhouse.
Jameson.
where'd it go since then,
Yeah.
dude? These dudes are old as fuck now.
Well, that's being spoiled,
Well,
man. Our
all right,
90s
hold on,
teams
hold
were
on a
dope
second.
as hell.
Can
I mean,
say this?
yeah, Ty Lawson. What bar is he at?
Oh no.
The Wizards. He's about to be at the Wizards bar.
No, hold on. Actually, Ty Lawson just dropped 40 in a China game. I saw a
Yeah, see,
headline.
that's why the Wizards are about to start.
Raymond Felton, like, is he with him too, eating chicken wings? Like,
So-
Hey, don't you badmouth Ray. Ray is the man.
like
sure
fucking
the fuck is.
Harrison Barnes is out here carrying the Mavs.
I don't really think he's that cool.
No, he's
Exactly.
not.
Yo,
I
but,
don't
he
think
might,
he's the man.
but he's good.
He is
He
good.
is.
He is
Yeah,
good.
but
I
But
just
he's
don't
just
like
fucking.
him.
So here's
And
honestly,
it's not
here's
his
the
fault
issue.
that I don't like him, honestly.
Here's the issue, Rich, and this is the honest to God's truth: is
Damn, man.
Roy legitimately recruits people that he wants and thinks that are good, genuine people.
So where'd he go along with?
Man.
No, he didn't recruit him. Never mind.
PJ Harrison's son.
Yeah, him.
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on.
yeah.
So you're
Will
dealing with
Graves.
18. You're dealing with 18-year-olds. It's going to happen that some of them.
You know
aren't.
what?
I feel like
think,
Duke and UNC flipped.
Yeah, right?
No, North Carolina was
No.
never the bad boy.
I
of
agree
school.
with you, Kev.
No, but they were always
Uncle
the cooler
Tom's
team.
flipped, dude. They hopped the tracks.
Well, so the cooler part,
Well,
if you want to
maybe
use
not.
that, is because of the one and done stuff now. They're getting the cooler guy because they're the more hype dude, the one and done stuff. But there actually was some news today that I wanted to bring up that North Carolina may be able to use to get more of those one and dones. Nasir Little is a recruit we have coming in next year. New rankings came out today, and he is now a projected top 5 lottery pick in the 2019 NBA draft.
Wasn't he one of the guys we got because the team he was trying to go to was in that Adidas shit?
Yes.
Default.
I'll
It
take
doesn't
it.
matter. It doesn't
I'll
matter,
take
Rich.
it.
We've talked about this multiple times. I feel like all North Carolina needs is one of those dudes to come here, succeed, and be taken in the top 5, and it just cracks that door enough that Roy's a good enough recruit that he can start bringing that, not on a, like, 4 or 5 a year basis, but bring in 1 or 2, which if he can do that, is phenomenal for the type of program that he runs.
That's all we need, though, because like if this
No,
year
honest-
if we had that guy that could just take over a game and was just a stud, our team would be amazing.
And
Like,
honestly,
we-
Kyle,
Beyond fuckwittable.
like all the recruiting shit that I give you, like that's all I think you need to do. Because I think
Me
he's
too.
so good at what he does that I think he could get the 1 or 2 top recruits and then fill out the rest.
I completely agree with you on that. I think the part we've missed on all these this time, though, is he's tried and done his best, and he's known as one of the best recruiters. But because of that NCAA investigation,
You didn't miss
because
out
of
on
the
that. That's
negative-
been your whole fucking argument. What are you talking about? That was
That is
never
what it
missed.
is, though. That's the reason. That's the reason he hasn't been able to get them. But you don't believe that, though.
Nope, I don't.
But it is
Or
the reason.
ex-UNC was that say, Kev?
It says ex-UNC player arrested at home owned by Roy Williams. He was,
Oh, that's
was it?
Will Graves.
yeah, I know.
That's
It was a
Will Graves.
while
So
ago.
actually
But I'm
this
just
plays-
wondering why he was
Those
in
are Will
Roy's
Graves.
house with marijuana
I can
seeds,
tell you
3
everything,
blunts, and 2
Which Roy
burnt
Williams?
blunts.
This is important.
I can
Which
tell
Roy
you all
Williams?
of it.
Oh, the coach?
Hold on. No.
Your boy on the
You-
Cowboys.
Oh, I've been pumped,
Do you
son. That's
wanna-
what I need to figure out.
Which way will? Kev, do you want to know the honest to God
I
story
do,
behind
but
all this?
it's
Because
funny.
it adds
It's
to the
the-
family.
This, yeah.
Oh, God.
He was smoking blunts with him?
So no,
Smoking
listen.
blunts with
listen.
Roy came in
It
doing
says-
that little
but
dance
it-
with the
but
bleezy
it-
in his
hold on,
mouth.
look-
Night with Roy,
Shrub,
son.
Shrub, you explain
You
yourself.
find me a
but-
video of Roy Williams doing his little shuffle with a blunt in his mouth, I'll never say a bad thing about him the rest of my life.
Rich, listen, it says Graves was found at Roy Williams' home with marijuana seeds, 3 blunts, and 2 burnt blunts. So,
He was, what was that last one?
2 burnt blunts.
McCoy, you and I have
Oh,
talked
but-
about this.
Who was
I
he
told you
burning them
about
with?
this when it all happened.
Roy?
All right, so what happened? Will
Straub's
Graves was on the
pissed.
team.
Look, I'm talking about your
No,
dad.
not at all. I was
Your
just waiting for you to
surrogate
finish
father.
because I know the actual story behind this, and Rich is going to be pissed because of the family part that it adds to it. So
It's
Will
just
Graves
stupid
was on the
already.
team, and Will Graves kept failing drug tests and shit, kept getting in trouble, and Roy kept giving him chances. Finally, he was like, "You're done." Kicked him off the team, he got kicked out of school and everything. Because of the family aspect, Roy allowed him to live in a home that he has in Chapel Hill and trying to help him get a job, get on his feet. And this dude had a party. The cops got called. There was weed there, and Will Graves got arrested for it. Family takes care of family.
Oh, you just been Mr. fucking cliche today.
Goddamn right.
That
Got the
juice.
juice in me. Feeling good.
Get out of here. Roy was smoking them burnt blunts.
I hope so. I hope he was.
Get it, Roy?
I hope he was. He's like, what, 60, 70 years old, son?
Roy is in his mid-60s. I don't know exactly.
Go
what he is,
ahead and get it, Roy. Relax a little.
You got glaucoma. You're good.
I don't care what he's got.
So a little transition to
Oh, you might have swung me on this whole UNC shit just by that.
By what?
Just because of the images I'm building in my
Just
mind.
picturing that is funny as hell.
Oh.
Yes. Oh shit.
Yeah, go to...
He sits down next to him. Let Daddy get the first puff. I'm the surrogate father.
You better pass that.
He be cutting in line.
Because of me.
He be cutting in the middle. Did you say I'm the surrogate father? I don't need to be next.
Yeah, I'm always next.
Oh, go Roy.
Yes, there you go.
That's what it took.
Something
See,
completely,
America.
something that's not
See,
even
America,
true.
Weed brings everybody together.
It's about
Oh my
unity.
god.
Oh, man.
Oh, good stuff. So on that topic, I guess this is how we'll transition into the movie world. This weekend is an exciting one for me because baseball starts up again with college, so I'll be down in Florida. Nice sunny weather. But a bigger one, when we talked about it before, Marvel Universe expands.
Yeah.
Black Panther comes out this weekend. You
Got
have
me
any?
Roy dancing?
You have any plans on going and seeing it, McCoy?
Yeah, I'm going to see it Sunday. Every time they come out, I always go on Sunday.
I assumed you were gonna go. I
So, yeah.
just wanted to check.
I mean, I would
Rich?
go tomorrow, but...
Oh, I'm sure the movie theaters are all booked up and people
nah.
going to midnight
If I go to,
showings
like,
and all sorts of
Red
craziness.
Hook's
You know?
never booked, son.
Yeah,
Really?
never.
Never.
I figured people would have caught on that nobody goes there.
Yo, I literally saw every movie that came out in 2009 with Jess.
Just going to Red Hook.
Yeah.
Them $5 Tuesdays.
I got my Roy walk on and went and saw a movie.
Rich, you gonna watch this one? You gonna wait until it comes out on?
No,
DVD?
I'm gonna hopefully wait. Well, I said I wanted to see it in theaters, so I'll see how that goes. But
Well, if
If-
you ain't doing shit Sunday, come to the movie Sunday.
we'll see, because I'm going to Medieval Times on Saturday.
Oh, sweet.
But yeah.
Yo.
Yo, Logan's gonna go nuts once the swords start going.
Yo, they were like,
You're gonna have to put a seatbelt on that kid.
they tried to
Breaking all
get
the
him
rules.
with. They were like, Logan, you can eat with your hands, and he just looked at him like he doesn't do that shit already.
That's an everyday thing. You better give me something better than that.
Right? I was like, there's gonna
You
be.
mean I'm not supposed to eat with them?
I was like, there's gonna be people fighting, and he was like, oh really?
Yeah.
Then I showed him a clip on
Yeah.
YouTube of what's gonna go happen, and then this guy got kicked in the balls, and he was like, "Yo, he kicks people in the wiener." And I was like, you shouldn't do that, but apparently that's okay back in nighttime.
And in medieval
you're-
times, it's all good.
Yeah, what you need to tell him is if you're ever in a battle with somebody and you each have full body armor on, anything goes at that
Anything
point,
goes.
son. Bless you.
Ah, thank you.
But yeah, I'm gonna.
Yes.
I'll probably wait and see if it shows up on that site Kev gave us.
Yeah, Tornado Movies.
Yeah, that shit's
will.
dope.
Short,
Yep.
not some,
Stuff like
not,
that
not
comes
this week.
on there? Like,
not this week.
I can-
You'll have to wait like a week or two.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
McCoy.
nah, that's fun.
Oh, yeah.
I can
It's
watch
usually-
medieval
it's usually
times
like
on
within
that?
week and a half.
No, you can't watch
Really?
it
If you-
all the time. What?
No.
Not medieval.
Oh, you mean Black
Oh,
Black
how
Panther.
drunk are you
You
right
mean Black
now?
Panther? That's why we were talking about medieval times. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
And you were excited to watch that?
I don't feel bad about forgetting my thought earlier today.
You shouldn't.
He was like, you can watch that on there?
Yeah, I'm like, wait, that's a movie site. That'll be on there quick though. Everything gets on there pretty quick. You just
You just
Oh,
gotta
Rich,
wait.
you should live stream medieval times for us.
Oh my
I'll try
god.
Just Logan.
Damn,
I'll have a camera
that's
dedicated to
fucking
Logan.
hilarious.
That's all I'm
That's all you
interested
need,
in.
sir.
I'll hear the clang in the background and see him start going nuts.
Every time I think of
all
medieval
you
times, I
That's
think of Cable
great,
Guy.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep.
Cable guy.
I'm gonna think of this now every time I see it.
Yo, yeah,
Kev,
I
have
was
you
looking
ever,
at the different.
You ever watched any of these and caught up?
I've watched them, but I don't watch black superhero movies where the character starts
Oh,
with
that's
black.
racist, son. That is so racist.
Why? You trying to throw cornbread?
Yeah, you trying to
No,
join
man.
Kyle
That's
over
not,
here?
you can't have their name be Black This. It's gotta be something else, man. Like what you guys put in the
Like
chat.
Pootie Tang.
Exactly.
What the
I
fuck?
watched Pootie
Pootie
Tang.
Tank, side-eye tank.
and Shaft.
Supper
and-
Yo, son,
Snakes
speaking
on
of
a
black
Plane.
superheroes, I was listening to Pandora today, and the one Pandora ad is for Black Lightning on the CW after The Flash.
Black Light. That shit probably
The
sucks.
dumbest shit I've ever heard, son. It sounds so stupid. I'm listening to it, and this dude's catchline was something about the Black Lightning you, son. Like, what the hell is that?
What are you talking about?
Oh,
This shit just sounded so whack. I'm like, come on, man.
No, once I catch up, I'll watch it, Stro. But I saw you guys talking about the Pootie Tang shit. Look at him over
Putting the
there.
milk out. Putting the milk out.
yo, that was this.
Tell Straub we can't hear him no more.
Yeah, look at him.
Strobe's gone.
Look at he's
gone.
pissed.
Unknown.
He's getting pissed.
He was
man.
pissed. He was like, "Fuck you." Yeah, take that, Roy.
Bitch ass motherfuckers. I'm back.
When are you going to see it?
So I'm not sure because I'll be in South Florida with UNC baseball this weekend. So I get back Monday. Depending on what my schedule is like, I'll go one day this week. But I'm definitely gonna see that shit within the week.
All the reviews I've read about it are supposed to say it's like really good and like it's a game changing movie for the Marvel universe. So I'm really excited for it.
I feel like everything from like the instance that he was brought into the universe,
He was dope as hell in Civil War.
But
he
in-
was
in
one of the best
everything-
characters.
and everything since then has been nothing but good for this movie. The build up to it,
He
what they
hasn't been in
expected.
anything but Civil War.
I understand that. I'm talking about the build up to this movie.
So
There's
what?
been-
Doctor Strange.
No, I'm just talking about for him. Since he's been
Oh,
introduced
for
in
him
Civil
specifically.
War, the media has done nothing but build up this movie. Good reviews,
That's 'cause it's a
good
black
things they've
superhero
talked
movie.
about.
No, but it's a black superhero movie that they apparently got right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a big one.
I read, my brother was telling me, he read something actually that Michael B. Jordan was like the best Marvel villain there's been yet. So I was like,
Really?
yeah. I was like, yeah, that's going to last for about 2 months until Infinity War comes out. But
Until
that's cool
Thanos
too.
is around.
Yeah, I'm like, but that's cool still. He's
Well,
a really
you know-
good actor, so like it just
Yeah.
just to get him in a role as the villain is like awesome, you know?
Him and Creed, he was really, really good in that
Yeah, I
movie.
like that movie too.
Yep.
Does any of this
Yeah.
shit fucking connect
This Rocky
with Luke
movie
Cage
suck.
shit, or is that just some?
Fuck you, Richard.
Luke Cage is like that's what, the Netflix characters kind
They
of
can
don't
have their
really,
conversation,
like,
but fuck you, son.
get involved with the movies. Like they'll mention it, like they mention like the incident in a lot of the Netflix movies, which is the Battle of New York, but they don't really like Luke Cage won't be in the Avengers, you know?
See,
They
that's a
keep that
fly.
shit separate.
There's a good black superhero, man, and he ain't gotta be
Luke
black
Cage.
Luke
Yo,
Cage.
Luke Cage is dope as hell. So that Netflix show is really good.
I like
The
that.
first half of that season was good.
The last half is good too if you actually
Nah,
watch it.
son, the acting was so bad.
You're just throwing cornbread at him. That's why.
Yeah,
Nope,
see?
Nope, because this goes for every single Marvel show that's on Netflix.
That's
All
not
of
true.
them.
Jesse
Yeah,
Jones
the
is
acting-
really good.
Jesse
That
The
Jones
comes out
acting
March
is
8th.
so,
Really good.
nope. The acting
Season
is too
2,
bad.
March 8th.
Can't deal with them.
I know y'all don't like Daredevil, but I like Daredevil's is not because of Daredevil. Like I like his supporting characters. Like the Punisher in season 2 is amazing. The Kingpin in season 1 is amazing.
You know why I don't like Daredevil?
Because he's blind.
Probably.
Same reason that I don't like the new Batman. Ben Affleck sucks.
But Daredevil's not Ben Affleck in this, son.
Kev,
That's all I know of him, though. I didn't read the comics. All I know is the movies and the shows, and he made a movie.
Shit.
That's what introduced me to him. First impression, you're done. Daredevil, gone.
Hey,
Nope.
Kev.
How bad with that?
What's
Kev,
up?
I need your answer
Yo.
because you give it to me like with nothing but truth.
Give it
Is
to
it
him straight, son.
Is it hypocritical for me to hate Daredevil because he's blind, knowing damn well I wear glasses?
Well,
Specs over there.
that depends. Are we talking about fucking Ben Affleck? Because I'm gonna be real.
No, I'm
biased.
talking about
Stop
Daredevil.
Because if that's the reason, you're good.
No, I just hate him because he's blind, and I think
No,
that's
son, you can see. He can have
You
glasses, and
just
that
have
to-
motherfucker's still blind.
Kev, while we were
He's
talking
beyond
about
help,
movies,
Rich. You're not.
all right.
while
Fuck
we're talking
Daredevil
about
then.
movies, I've been meaning to ask you if you're pumped for this Han Solo movie.
Fuck no.
No?
Hell no. I hate all these
Why
spin-off
not?
things, man. Like, just like I hate your Marvel, all these damn fucking 18 Spider-Mans and shit. Now we're gonna fucking have... There's gonna be all these fucking... I hate all this side shit. I don't like it at all. I like the
money
original
grabs.
shit.
The money grabs, that's all they are.
Han Solo is dead.
Yeah, but you don't think that movie can really go with like Donald Glover as Lando and like
Who the fuck is
Yeah,
that? Oh, never mind.
No.
I remember that guy.
who the fuck is Lando? He said
He looks
cornbread
just like a young
thrones. He does, right?
Lando.
He does. He does. Like, I saw that shit. That's one of the things that stood out to me in the trailer was him coming out. Other than that, I was like, hey, I'm definitely not seeing this movie.
No, I'm not gonna watch it.
He was in Homecoming too. He was in Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and he was actually I don't know
Alex
if you guys
Morales
know Miles Morales,
Morales,
is, but
his
that was
uncle
it was
or
his
some
uncle.
shit.
Yeah. Yep. He's an alternate universe Spider-Man. He's like a Puerto Rican kid, so it was. I don't think they'll ever put him in the Marvel universe, but it's a nice shout out, you know.
I saw some, I forget what it was, but I saw another spin-off they're doing of some other movie, and it led me on this rant the other day, and I specifically brought up this fucking Han Solo movie. I forget what it was. I saw something else is coming out. Probably another
Everything's a
Spider-Man.
spin-off.
Yeah, like everything is.
Venom,
is.
probably the Venom movie, son.
Yo, fuck
No, I mean,
that
that's
movie,
spin-off.
son.
Yeah, it's a spin-off.
But
How
that
isn't it a spin-off? It's a side
Because it's an
character of
org-
Spider-Man.
Is it not an origin
it's-
movie?
Yeah, but still, it's the spin-off of Spider-Man. Like, there's no Venom without Spider-Man, you know?
No, I don't. Like I said, I didn't read any of
Well,
these comics. So
Like, there's no Venom without Spider-Man, which is why this movie sucks. But
So fucking stupid.
see, so from my standpoint, not reading them, like I'm pumped for this movie. Tom
Did you-
Hardy
did you ever
Hardy
see
is
Spider-Man 3?
is the man. What's that?
Did you ever see Spider-Man 3? I know it's a
I
shitty
did, but that movie was fun.
Alright,
That movie was so
But-
terrible.
yeah,
I didn't
it
pay
does
enough
suck.
attention to it.
But they actually, like, Venom's origin in that was actually what happened,
Okay.
as opposed to Venom just being a lab experiment in this movie, which is retarded. to
Yeah,
me. Like,
because
So I guess-
got, like the
Go ahead,
thing
Rich.
with Venom is
This whole movie was...
Spider-Man gets the symbiote first, right?
Yep, from the moon. Because
Yeah, from the
J.
moon.
Jonah Jameson's
Yes.
son goes to the
Exactly.
moon,
He gets the
symbiote on
symbiote
his
first.
spacesuit and brings it back to Earth.
Spider-Man starts realizing that it's making him act different after he gets it.
You know, 'cause he was driving out on the streets.
Exactly. One of the best scenes in
with the
movie
black
history.
suit, looking like a douchebag.
So then he gets rid of the symbiote in the church tower with the bell. He realizes the vibrations make it like hurt.
Yep.
And Eddie Brock is in there, and it falls on Eddie Brock, and Eddie Brock.
Eddie
gets
Brock is in there praying that Peter
Yeah.
Parker gets killed because he
Yes,
hates
I,
him.
And then-
remember.
it. And then the symbiote bonds with Eddie Brock, and they both hate Spider-Man and Peter Parker. And Venom learns
See, the
everything
symbiote
about
hates him,
Spider-Man.
so he got rid of him.
Oh, so it created like the Uber.
The ultimate hate, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hate-
so like,
so-
The hater
and like
of the
he
year,
knows
son.
he knows Peter Parker's Spider-Man. He knows who Peter Parker. He knows everything about Peter Parker.
Spider-Man can't sense Venom with the spider sense.
Yeah,
So
because
from-
he's
That's
part of him. Yeah,
From that I get. Okay, that I understand now. From my perspective, what that trailer looked like wasn't that he was created in a lab. It was that he had the hate, and they just added.
I read the plot synopsis, and I'll 100%
Oh yeah.
tell you that.
Oh,
he
hold the
created a
fuck
lab.
on a second. Reading goddamn synopsises. Are those not spoilers?
No, that's just telling me what the plot is.
Synopsis.
which is the goddamn fucking movie.
Son, a synopsis can be as simple as this
Spoiler.
guy hates this guy. He wants to kill this guy. Let's see how it plays out. Like that's
So
a synopsis,
you knowing
son.
that he was created in a lab is a spoiler because they did not show you that in a trailer.
No, that's not a spoiler.
The Somali.
this
what are you, a Somalize or whatever over there? You're spitting out
Yeah, you
synopsis
ain't no
now?
Somalians. I got that unlocked, son.
Hold on a second. No, Rich, do you not agree with me on this right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
You do agree.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
He's got
it's
some real
not telling
flimsy
me what
rules
happens in the
for
movie
it.
though.
It's some real flimsy rules.
Yeah.
It's like when you play cards with Logan and you tell me that he always wins. 'cause
Always
the rules are
wins.
He wins.
Always
like
wins.
fucking,
Yep.
Nah.
what was
nah,
it,
nah.
Big Daddy with Adam Sandler?
Yep.
What are the rules of this game? I win.
Yep.
With McCoy's rules for spoilers, they're not spoilers. They're only spoilers if I say so.
It's not the same though.
Bullshit,
That's not a spoiler.
son.
Reading the plot, like what happens in the movie, like it's not telling me specific details. It's just telling me this is what the movie's about.
Hold on, do me a second, be quiet.
You
Hey,
be
Google,
quiet.
what's a spoiler?
Spoiler. A person or thing that spoils something.
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 That
So
bad
if
ass-
we
you
needed.
bad ass
spoiled
description.
something, it's a spoiler, motherfucker.
It didn't spoil anything for me. It told me what the movie's about. That's
But
what a plot
I didn't-
synopsis is.
I didn't know that he was created in a lab. Therefore, what you read was a spoiler. It spoiled something for me.
You know what it spoiled
That
for
the-
me?
that the
You
trailer
know what?
did
You
not.
know what got spoiled? Their box office sales, son. Because I am not paying to see that goddamn movie.
You know what's going to
Agreed.
get spoiled? You know what's going to get spoiled is
That's
Game
what
of
got
Thrones.
spoiled.
When we find out about Blue Fire and shit, I'm telling you all of them.
Well, that's just plain rude.
This dude
No,
said he
sir.
would leave. He said I would probably leave the group
Oh.
chat if you did that.
Right here, son. I'll
Great.
go right in
Leave
here.
the
Click
chat.
leave chat, son. As soon as
took
I
it
see
to
some
the
Game of Thrones
umpteenth
shit, I'm
degree.
leaving.
I'm done with y'all.
You can't leave.
I'll be back in May of 2019, son.
Oh, no. If you
Leave
the
this
chat, you're done.
conversation, son. It's up there in red, son.
But as soon as
I'm ready.
as soon as someone sends something, it's right back at
Yep.
you. You can
Yep.
never leave.
I'm out, son. I'm gone. Y'all ain't catching me.
I have a
Spoiling my
que-
Game of Thrones.
McCoy, I have a question, son.
What's up?
The fuck is up with this science and fucking Tim Tebow and the Jets winning the Super Bowl?
Nothing. It's all fucking poppycock.
Yo,
Well, they
that is
said
your
all the
boy
last
to the
few
umph
teams that won.
degree.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
your biggest boy, son.
He's the devil.
He's your biggest boy, son.
He's the devil in disguise.
Son, I think he's your boy the most out of anybody that's ever been somebody's boy.
Oh, absolutely. That is
gotta be.
absolutely not true.
How, son? He was on
Michael
both of your
Jordan.
favorite teams.
Michael Jordan.
Listen,
Jordan
we
wasn't
all
on the
know-
Mets and the Jets and the...
He was on the Tar Heels and the Bulls,
You
and
didn't
he
even
won
know who he
championships
was.
with both. That's more
Listen,
my boy than anybody else.
So Tebow's a strong, too.
No, because he ain't
No,
never win nothing.
strong,
He's
too.
Let's
terrible.
not act
And
like
he's never been on the Mets. Hold on, and we're stopping this now. He has never been on the Mets.
Oh, he's
He is
Mr.
my
Met.
boy just as much as Kev's because he's been on the
Flipping him
Jets.
off, Kev.
I can
Ain't
get
no
a
Mets shit yet.
I can get a Met jersey with his name on it.
I don't have any
Don't
issues
matter.
with Tim
It
Tebow.
don't matter.
It
I
know
know
what's
it's
doesn't
a
matter.
goddamn Mets jersey with your name on it.
You know what's funny?
But you
that-
can't buy that straight as is from the team store, son.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. You have to personally type that in.
Yep.
I can go type Mets Tim Tebow jersey and get his jersey.
I can tell Matt
Number
Harvey to get me
15,
one
son.
made with my
Hammer
name on
to
it. I
the
don't have to
left.
put shit into a goddamn team website.
Nope. You seen the pictures, man. You see your point, man. There's
He is
nothing
not.
out.
He's not a Met. It's not allowed. You're trying to force these rules
I've
on me,
never-
and they're not obviously happening.
But he
No.
played for the Jets.
Yes, so he's just as much my boy as he is Kev's at this point.
Yeah, but Kevin
Don't
doesn't
hate
care.
on
For
him.
his play, if he ever steps
Yeah,
foot on a Mets game field, home or away, then you can claim more. But until then,
I've-
he's just like everybody else.
Nah,
I've
he's a
seen-
little
Nah,
bit
he's
more
a
boy
man.
than Cavs, though.
No, he ain't.
Yes, he is.
No, like you can't just change the rules because you want to.
I'm not changing the rules. I'm
Yeah,
stating
he's
facts.
your
son.
boy.
He
Your
hasn't
boy.
done more than he has for
Is
Kev.
Tebow, listen,
to
is
me.
Yeah,
Tebow your
but
boy
Kevin
or
doesn't
isn't he?
care.
Hold
He
the fuck on.
unfortunately
No, he
is.
hasn't.
Yeah, yeah.
He's done exactly the same with the Jets, which makes it equal. And then I fucking hate the Mets, and he's wearing that
But he's
jersey
not a
all
Met.
summer.
That's my point. The Met part is out
So,
of this
so
conversation.
Russell Wilson
As
isn't
far
a
as-
Yankee then. But you were
Yeah,
quick to
that's
say
complete-
he's Kev's boy.
Yeah,
I'm
see?
completely fine with that. That's fine.
Now,
Yeah.
now he's fine with it.
Right? Last
Yes.
week it was a good week for you two because we both got boys.
Yep. Now all of a sudden.
Actually, Rich, if you look back, that was McCoy said that. I didn't.
Well,
Yeah, that's right. You
So yeah.
Nobody
I'm not
was
going
my
against
boy
that shit.
last week.
Nope.
So
It
why
got-
does it say
Y'all
why does it say the Mets have invited Tim Tebow to Major League Spring Training? It doesn't say anything about any
Sounds
of
like
these-
your boy.
Because the
No.
Mets. Hold on a minute. Just like the Yankees invited Billy Crystal to spring training, it doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
we can make
Teams
Billy
do
Crystal
it with
Kev's
people.
boy.
That's fine too.
Except that,
Tim
Billy.
except
Tebow.
that we're not.
I'll
we're
take
not
all these
changing
boys, so
rules
Tim Tebow
just
is your
because
boy.
It helps your guys' argument. No.
I have a whole bunch
This
of friends
motherfucker
over
is
here.
not my boy anymore than Kev's until he steps on foot on Citi Field or
Wait.
during a Mets
Wait.
Major League Series.
But you know what the problem with this is?
What?
3-1 says it's your boy, so it's your boy.
Gotcha.
The problem
You just
with
gotta
this,
charge it to
McCoy-
the game, player.
No, you know me
Yes,
well enough. I don't
yes.
give a shit if it's 1,000 against 1. I say no. I'm sticking with no.
And the three of us are gonna tell you every day that yes.
And it'll be an argument every day, and you'll never be allowed in the Smith Center again.
And
You
the
know,
other
I
gotta
difference.
argue.
Hold on.
We ain't gotta argue.
Billy Crystal and the Yankees never signed no contract, and he wasn't getting
Actually,
paid.
yes, they did.
So he was a
According to
Yankee
Major League
then.
According to Major League rules, no player can
Yeah,
step on
I'm
the
sending
field.
this
He had to
right
sign
now.
a one-day contract. So get your phone the fuck out of here.
2016, the Mets and the Tim Tebow agreed to a contract. That's all I need
The
to
minor
hear.
league. Whoa, what is it? A minor league contract.
That's still a contract, son.
It's a minor league contract.
the
That's
Mets
not the
logo
goddamn
on
New
it.
York Mets. Where does he play? Where is his home
Who's
stadium?
paying him?
Is it in Flushing?
For spring training, it will be.
Who's
Is
paying
it in
him?
Flushing, Queens?
Where's the money coming from?
If it ain't in Flushing, he ain't my boy.
Queens, fool.
Wait. Weren't the Mets talking about how Tebow was profitable for their franchise, so they're gonna keep
I
him around?
was. I was.
I'm sure the Mets think the same thing, though, don't they?
They
Otherwise,
do.
he
That's
wouldn't
why-
be. Otherwise,
That's
he
why
wouldn't
he's
become
sticking
the
around
spring
in the
training.
minors.
Your boy.
They're
Jets-
not bringing him up to the majors. Do you not remember this argument when we first started this shit? Keep him in the minors, make the money off of his stupid ass. He's never gonna make a goddamn major league team.
He's making you money, though.
Yo, I swear to
Well,
God.
not me.
If he makes the
I wish-
goddamn Mets, I'm getting drunk, and you might want to leave the group chat because I'm not stopping.
No, son. If he
Hit
makes,
that red Mets,
if he
son.
makes the Mets, I'm getting drunk with you because I'm gonna be a very sad individual.
You're
You know
gonna
what?
be extra sad when you get these jokes off in the group chat.
It ain't gonna be worse than anything I've ever heard in our lives. Come
McCoy.
on now, fellas.
Okay. I've also never wanted the Jets to win the Super Bowl so bad in my life.
Yeah, me neither, son.
So
The
I actually
Tebow science,
Yeah.
son.
I was saving this.
Then he
You
will be
said-
my boy.
Yeah.
Didn't win one.
More
but
than
Tebow gave
yours,
you the
Strauss.
blessing.
Don't claim him then. He's all mine.
Had to have the science down.
What you just said, Rich, when you sent the text that this
You
morning.
nope.
about
You
that.
cannot like them. If they win the Super Bowl, you
If he
can.
wins,
Nope.
if the Jets win the Super Bowl, I'll accept him.
No, he's
Yes,
all
sir.
mine. Fuck you.
Yes, sir. He's my boy. If the Jets, son,
Nope.
if the Jets win a Super Bowl, Tim Tebow is my boy. A boy. I'll go buy a Mets and a Jets jersey if that shit happens.
Listen, we're gonna hold
Rock
you
it
to that
every
right
day
now,
for a
son.
year.
Right now,
Right
son.
now.
If that happens, Tebow and
It's
Tebow
recorded.
Jets and Mets, son.
Yes.
Son, if the Jets win the Super Bowl in 2018/19, Kyle Straub is buying a Mets and Jets Tim
And
Tebow
Jets.
jersey, and I'll hang those motherfuckers framed on my wall.
Oh my
And he'll
God.
have a pair to wear too.
Yep, completely fine. I'll buy a duplicate pair. Wear one, hang
Oh.
one.
And hang one.
Son, it's been
Buying.
Kev,
Fine.
Kev.
I'm listening to you, fool. What do you got to say now?
Would you give up any person not being your boy or being your boy for the Jets winning a Super Bowl next year?
Well, fuck. I don't usually like your boys, so yeah, I'm giving them all up for the
Not
Jets.
my boy. I said your boy.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
I just...
Kev, I'm glad you said that because when he brought up Michael Jordan being his boy, this whole your boy thing isn't a good thing.
No.
No. Oh no! I never heard one person be called my boy that I like.
Exactly.
No one's ever been like,
So I'll
oh,
give him
Kobe,
all up.
Rich, your boy.
Said he
Yeah,
was my
he
boy,
is.
though.
They can all go to
Yeah,
hell.
we know that.
I'll take
In the
all the
parameters
rings.
of our group chat with the way that we treat our boy.
Son.
Yeah.
It's never been
Son.
any Russell Wilson.
Hold on,
I
Rich.
like him.
Wait. Hold on. Here's a perfect example. We say Kobe is Rich's boy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe is Rich's boy.
Not you.
But he's not your boy.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, Kev.
I got you.
Right?
Your boy and your boy.
Yeah.
I got you. All right.
Well, like, that's the situation.
In that aspect, then nah, Tim Tebow will never be your boy to me.
Always your boy. He's always your boy.
Always your boy.
It's like another word. If there's a hard R, he's your boy. But if there's an A, he's your boy.
There's the good times and the bad times.
Yeah. It just happens to be flipped in this sense.
Yeah. There's the one you want to be called and the one you don't.
Yo, you know what's bad funny? Like this whole your boy shit. Like I don't really give a fuck because I'm here for the jokes. Like I want to see what you guys are gonna say to me. Like that shit is funny. But all day Saturday, I was sitting around and I would glance at the clock and be like, "Damn, I got like 2 more hours before McCoy starts going in on these IT jokes." And when Jimmy Butler
I can't wait
was
till he
playing the
shoots like
Bulls,
2 or 27 in the game.
yo, I was so mad Jimmy Butler missed the game winner on you.
Yeah, I was pumped for that because I knew them jokes were coming. I wasn't trying to have it too. So like, 2 minutes into that game, I was pissed. Like I'm not trying to watch this. I
Because
don't want to see it. Like
You know what the difference is there? Jimmy Butler is your boy.
yeah, son.
But if it was just someone that was
no, Rich,
Yeah.
Rich, Jimmy Butler is your boy.
That's
and
what he said.
Your boy. Hold on. And
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
your boy to both of us.
No,
yeah,
he's-
wait.
Because of what went down, he's both your boy and your boy. Like it
Ooh,
sucks.
the
I don't even
double
think so.
double.
I just think it's your boy.
Yeah.
Like I think
Nah,
that dude.
but
son,
they can call him your boy because he ain't with us anymore. What he does affects us. It hurts us.
I think it would hurt more if
it's
he's
horseshit.
your boy, Jimmy Butler. Like
Because I would have said your boy
Son-
Jimmy Butler.
that's the player. That's not.
Yeah.
Son, that's the kind of player you want on your team. Like the dude that works himself from, being like
Nothing
a low
to-
draft pick,
He's so
not a
good.
star player, up to a star player, son. Like that's the guy you want in sports, son.
He's
Like
so
you can't
good.
ask for anything more than that. Like a good work ethic, worked himself from nothing to something. Like that
gonna
could
say
be
it.
my boy all day, son. I love those type of players, son.
I'm gonna say it one more time.
So
The
we're
walk-on.
comparing Luke May to fucking Jimmy Butler now. All
Well,
right.
when you want to
But-
say somebody who took themselves from nothing to something,
I was hyped when we beat them.
You don't have a
I
better
bet you
example
were.
of Luke than Luke May.
I was pumped, man.
Yeah,
honestly,
the
like,
next
last
morning when
night-
I woke up, when
I
I
was
woke
pissed.
up and I saw your message that he missed it, I was like, hey, all right.
I was pissed this morning when I watched the Magic game and we won that shit on the fucking
Yo,
last second steal and dunk by Levine. I was like, come on, man.
we got to take a
Right,
I
step
don't
ball
want to
out
win
of
this
bounds.
game.
Speaking of Jimmy Butler, right? I don't think Kyle saw it, but Kev, McCoy, we need to take a step back and acknowledge how fucking great that Cavs T-Wolf game was.
Oh, I watched that game.
Which game? The
Yeah.
Cavs? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Son, that was one of the best basketball games I've
I
seen
watched
in a
that game.
while.
I was at work, so I didn't have sound on and couldn't text you
Yo.
guys, but I was watching.
I'm
That
glad you
game
said
was
that. I was
so
watching.
fucking good.
I was watching the
Oh.
how they do like
Like
the
it-
top stats of the night on the bottom, and I was like, man, how the fuck Jeff T get 10 assists? Because
Every-
everybody made
That's
this
the Cat and Jimmy Butler, son.
Everybody from that game was in the top stats.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it was
nobody
'cause
missed, son.
nobody
No,
missed,
dude,
man.
just could not miss. Didn't they set a record for most threes
Yeah,
combined?
53, son.
And
the
shout out
T-Wolves
to
can't shoot threes.
and
The
shout out
T-Wolves
to
not a good three-point shooting team.
shout out to Hubie Brown for letting people know good defense was being played.
Yeah, UB, son. Good on the call right there. Yep.
Shout out to
Yeah, they
LeBron
could've
for hitting the
missed it.
game winner over Jimmy and then running past IT, not giving him dap, getting him traded the next day.
You can
And
see he was
Jimmy
getting
played
traded.
that good too. Like
Twice, Rich. Twice. He tried to give him dap, and he just
Yeah,
ignored him.
he
and
just
walked
went by
by
him.
other people.
He had his
yo,
hands
Jimmy
up in the
almost
air,
blocked
and he
that
was like,
shit.
and they
Like,
just
Jimmy
walked.
played that
No.
as good as you could, son. That was just a great shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was kind of pissed he made it because I wanted more.
Yeah, me too. I was like, damn, son. That's what with Jimmy on him, I was like, all right, maybe we'll probably get double OT, but
Like there was
that
only
just-
1 second. He had to get separation, fall.
That's
like,
turn and shoot real
Yeah.
quick. Just LeBron James, son.
That's just a product of him being the size and strength and all of what
Jimmy
he
had a
is.
hand all up on him, son. Like, if that was anybody else shooting, he probably would have blocked that. Or he's got a finger on it to stop it, you know?
Or alter it at the very
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
Make it fall short.
That game was awesome.
Yep. Let's stop talking
I'm glad
about
you
Jimmy.
saw that. That whole IT shit. That
Yeah,
was
just
fun.
ran by us.
Yeah, you're not giving your boy dab. Your boy not giving your boy dab. That shit's crazy. Man, the T-Wolves are, where are they at in standings? Like third or fourth, right?
4, yeah. Do you think they're a true 4 seed?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So you think they're going to win whoever they play against in the first round and then
Yeah.
move on and play?
The
Who are
West,
they playing
the
against?
West is so. I don't know.
How many
I mean,
samples?
honestly, after you get past, I haven't looked at the standings this week.
I got
wanna
them up
say,
right now.
After
So
you
the
get past the
T-Wolves,
top 3, there's a little bit of separation.
the T-Wolves will play Denver in the first round right now, and they're definitely beating them.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Denver's a 5 seed right now?
No, they play
yeah.
Oklahoma City.
Nah.
McCoy.
No, yeah, I'm wrong.
OKC,
yeah,
Minnesota
Oklahoma
be a
City,
dope-ass
4-5,
Yo,
yeah.
series.
that'd
be real good,
That would
yeah.
be dope. Like,
Yeah.
that would probably be the best series for the first at least 2 rounds.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Golden State would play the Pelicans right now. I really wish they had Boogie.
Well, I'm hoping the Pelicans
That
fall
would
out
be
of
awesome.
that spot so the Bulls get that lottery pick.
But-
So they can fall up out and let the Clippers or Jazz get up in there. But
Yo,
the
man.
Lakers can take the 8th seed.
No, they can't because the fucking
Yeah, I can
Jazz
take the
won't
8th seed.
lose. The Jazz have won 10 games in a row.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're 5 games up on you. I think y'all are washed on that, honestly.
Yo, they have to
Any
go
of you guys
18
have
and
the
9 to
Cavs
finish
game on
500.
right now?
What was that?
Do any of you have the Cavs game on right now?
No.
No.
I got the Olympics on, son.
I was
There's
just-
nothing
no.
else but the Olympics that should be on.
I was just asking.
Norway's
Shit.
still in the medal league?
Fuck
You're
Norway.
damn right they are. I
Why
mean,
are you
you're damn
asking
right
that?
we are.
The reason I asked was because JR is 5 for 5 from 3, so I wanted to know if he was acting up.
Oh,
Because it's
Definitely
on
is acting
it's
up.
on TNT, so it's nationally televised. This dude's out here 5 for 5 in the first half from 3. You know
Against
he's
the Thunder, too.
Exa-
So
yeah.
That's a big game.
Yo, did you see that when the Thunder played the Lakers fans were chanting, "We want Paul," and then when he went
Yeah.
back
Yes,
home,
I did.
the Thunder fans were chanting, "We love Paul."
The
to, son.
fans are who are going to be determine this one.
I don't know. From that comment you posted that Paul George made, that makes me think he's going to the Lakers.
You
Like,
know,
how he's
I-
talking about like family and all that. Like
Yeah, I
family's
definitely,
in LA, son. So
I agree with you on that, but at the same point, I feel like we read too much into these guys' lives and think that's going to affect their business. Because that's what this is when it comes down to it, it's a business. So it's very easy to read into something they say and be like, well, his family is there, that's where he's
But-
going to go,
Where's
But-
business more booming than the LA Lakers?
where he can get a max contract in OKC.
He's got the Nike deal, son. He's not worried about max
Why-
contract or not. He's gonna make that money up.
Nope, except this is where I think you're wrong. Like, these dudes may have those, but he could have the Nike contract and a max deal, not one or the other.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think everything I've seen Paul George say in the last 2-3 years is he wants to be in LA. So I don't think that's gonna change. Like he's
No,
gonna make
I
money.
understand that. I'm just
He's
saying.
gonna make that money up in endorsements being in LA.
Maybe.
I don't think there's a
he
maybe.
definitely will. Yeah.
Who's, well, no. Hold
I
on. The
don't think it's a
maybe,
maybe. Like
the maybe is who's he
Showtime,
going?
son, the Lakers.
Who's he going to LA with?
Who cares? He can go buy his
Just
goddamn
him.
self.
Son,
and he's
if
gonna
he
make the
goes
money.
to LA, he'll be hands down the biggest star in LA since Kobe.
Yeah.
and that
People will love
sparks
that.
everything
Nah.
for next year. He's the
So,
guy
like I
that,
said, it depends on who he goes with. Because not if LeBron goes. All of a sudden, he's second fiddle. He gets pushed to the back, and nobody remembers that Paul George went there because LeBron went there.
But that's why I don't
He's still
want
gonna make
LeBron.
his money, son. He's got Gatorade deals and
Yeah.
all that.
But that's
shit.
not
Game.
that's not getting increased. That's not getting increased by being in LA. He already has those deals. Like him going
Yeah,
to
but
LA and
there's
being
way
second
more-
fiddle to LeBron.
he can own a
doesn't
business out here,
increase
dude.
anything.
Like he can
Stop
invest
saying
in stuff
LeBron.
out
No one
here.
wants
He
LeBron.
can. There's way more.
LA does, Rich. You don't, but
There's-
LA does. Son.
There's way more
You boys
opportunity
do.
for him to make
And by
money.
the way, the whole
off the
reading
court.
into things
Kev, you're
stuff,
100% right,
reading,
Kev.
reading that article about the wine stuff, because LeBron loves wine as
Exactly.
much as
Paul George can
and he
open up a
knows so
winery.
much. Maybe
There you
he
go,
does
Kev.
want to move out to LA to be closer to those wineries, and he can just do it on a daily basis.
Butter ass motherfucker.
I wish.
Fucking yeah, Paul George.
All right, I think this is a good point to end it for tonight.
Oh, I was
Good
going to talk
hour.
about Markel Fultz, but
Oh, you know what?
I mean, and this shit.
The
That's
Charles
a-
Barkley golf
Excuse
swing.
me, Mr. Tito.
Yeah.
Actually, that is a good topic to bring up because I think that shit is complete bullshit.
what?
VR glasses are a complete waste of time.
I
Oh,
don't
well,
think
there's
so.
more. There's more to it than that. Like this whole thing was long as fuck, but it basically said that Markel Fultz has a guy that's been in his life, in his family's life since they were 7, since he was like 7, and he's trained with them this entire time. And Markel Fultz was a really good shooter in college, on spot ups, on catch and shoots, off the
Everything.
dribble, everything. And then he was fine in summer league. He left the Sixers for a little bit, and he came back after working with this guy. And his shot, they were like, "What the fuck happened?" And now they said that it's a shoulder injury, but the guy that does shoulders, like surgeries and stuff, said there's so many muscles in your shoulder that it's hard to tell which, like you could be able to throw down a dunk with the shoulder, but you might not be able to lift it up to
McCoy,
shoot
are
a
you
jumper.
kidding me?
Keep talking, man. Ain't nothing to see here.
No, there ain't nothing to see, just some rude ass shit, man. Like we're trying to get people to listen to us talk about stuff, and you just want to burp in the
I
middle of
can't
somebody
burp.
talking.
It's gonna
Nah,
They
happen.
don't want
son.
to listen. Yeah, if they don't want to listen because I burp, man.
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck
It's your boy.
I wasn't even that loud of a burp.
Oh bullshit!
Yeah, I was fine.
Oh, I can't wait until you send me this file
Let's
so I can
keep
see
talking
that
about
into the
Markel,
red.
man.
Make that his intro.
Basically,
But
the
yeah, Rich.
Sixers. Basically, the Sixers say he's hurt. They don't really know when he got hurt, and other people
got
think
the
this guy
yips.
fucked with his shot.
He's got the yip, son.
Dude, that shot looks like McCoy drunk playing 2K, man. You hold the button too long. It looks like Charles Barkley golf swing, but now he's out
Listen,
here.
I'm money in 2K. Drunk, sober, whatever, man. I'm
Kev,
throwing
it's-
it down.
Kev, it's Chuck Knobloch.
Chuck Knobloch, your boy.
Yeah, but no, Stro.
And
Yes,
Kev
but
knows
no.
what I'm talking
It-
about with Chuck.
I
It
know what
is,
he's
but at
talking
least,
about.
at least,
McCoy has no idea.
Gonna throw up from second, right?
Hit Keith
Hey,
Olbermann's
you
mom in the
guys
face.
know.
Yeah,
But-
that's why I'm acting like I don't know. Some
least this
90s, early
motherfucker-
2000 baseball, man.
wasn't
Oh,
like
but-
herky
I'll surprise
jerky
you.
throwing the ball. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's the same thing. It's all mental.
It's all mental, yeah.
But
But see, that's
You
the thing.
motherfucker.
but the
People don't know
release
if
and the
it's an injury
form
or if
is
it is all mental.
all fucked.
That's why the VR is good, though. Like, that's why I don't think the VR is a bad thing to try, because, you know, what if it is all mental? Then, you know, visualizing
Yeah,
success
but
is a
hold
big
on,
thing.
man.
Like,
Hold on a second. Like, have you seen his shot?
I saw the video you sent.
So, what I'm trying to say is, like, you've played basketball your entire life. You gotta know, just be smooth. Like, I get, like, it's not gonna, like, you gotta work on that. But this dude's, like, a little bit and then stops and then over here
It's
and
like
then
Charles
stops.
Barkley
It's just,
swing.
it's just like, do it. Like, you gotta be able to
That's the
realize
second
one
time you said
fluid
something else that
motion.
somebody else did in 30
Did they?
seconds. McCoy.
I didn't hear that shit.
Kev, you know what the craziest shit in the world is to me? He was the number 1 draft pick, and it's like he just forgot how to shoot. Like, how does that happen?
The yips. So
No,
that's
but
kind of
like,
why I said it was.
It's crazy. Like,
That pressure, son.
it's
Pressure
almost like he
bust
just
fights.
can't make his arm do that. Like, not even
Yo,
with
Kev, there's a shot of him
basketball.
in the article where he goes through the lane and he goes to put up a little floater at the rim and he fucking airballs it. Then he like shakes his wrist and he's just like shaking his head and I'm like, damn, son, like I don't know.
You were the number 1 pick.
Yo,
And
I'm
he used to
gonna-
be
I'm
able
gonna-
to shoot.
I'm going to again say, go back and look at Chuck Knobloch. Like, I understand it's a different sport, but when you watch that dude field a ground ball and then try and throw, he would, like, hit his glove 3 or 4 times, kind of sidearm, slow it down, then all of a sudden wing it. Like, balls would end up 6 rows deep into the stands.
But he played in
Wait,
the
so-
majors for a few years before that
He hit
happened.
Keith
Like, this
Olbermann's
guy-
mom in the
Exactly.
face.
So it's
Wasn't
something.
he mad good
so it's
before
something.
that?
So it's
Yeah, he
something
won
that
Gold
he
Gloves
did
this
all
year.
his life, and then all of a sudden something got in his head, the yips, and he can't do it anymore.
Like I don't like. I really
It's
like.
crazy. There's no explanation for it.
That pressure, man.
But is it though?
Yeah,
like
no,
I don't know
once-
what happened though. Like
It's gotta be, son. Once
but
you
he
get
had-
that thought in your head, son, it can completely throw you off, you
But
know?
he even had
Absolutely,
good
it's a-
preseason games.
Yeah.
But
I
but
don't-
like McCoy said, once that thought is there,
Yeah, once you
You're
get that doubt, once
Then
that
you know
doubt's
what?
in your mind,
Yo,
son, that's toxic.
it's
If
why
they
I've said
can't-
before, so many coaches have said the biggest thing with coaching is confidence. If you lose your confidence, you're done.
If they
That
can't
looks like
fix this
it's
kid,
more
that
of
would be
a
the saddest
confidence,
shit in the
though.
world.
It will be, but I think that's that like from
It's
the
like-
outside, knowing what we know, that's what it looks like. That's
like
what it seems
muscle
like. He
memory.
lost his confidence.
Yeah,
Son,
Kev,
but like-
they said that. They were like, it's like he lost all his muscle memory, and they don't know if it's from an injury, or they don't know. Like they don't know. And the Sixers want to
Muscle
say it's an
memory can't
injury.
come from an injury.
Like,
But
did
think
that
about it,
man like
son.
hit him over the head?
They said
We're
he,
talking about like LeBron hitting that game winner, and it's like when LeBron took that game winner, he knew he was making that shot, you know? Like if you take that shot and you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna make this. Like that's a big part of the play,
Well,
son.
I think
you're
that's
not gonna
even-
shoot it confidently.
but I think it's even more than that with him, because like it's one thing to be like, I'm not going to make this shot. Fultz seems like he's like, how do I shoot this?
Yeah, like I literally think so. Like this dude was the #1 overall pick. Somebody had to have gotten in his head because there's no other reason for him to have all of a sudden doubted himself.
It said in
So
the
when
article,
you say that some guy that's been around his whole life coached him or told him maybe this needs to
Yeah.
get changed,
I don't believe that.
for whatever reason, that was enough
Son.
doubt in his mind. That
Why
it
would
just-
that person all of a sudden though, after he was the #1 pick, be like, nah, son, you can't shoot?
Didn't he
Well,
have
Like,
good
they-
range?
why would they do
No,
that?
McCoy, it
Wasn't
may
that
not
why he
have been
got
that
picked?
though.
Yeah, like he was the #1
Yeah,
pick
no,
as
yeah.
is. Like, why would somebody that's been with him his whole life be like, nah, son, your shot is busted?
Well,
like,
It may
McCoy,
not,
that's
it may
weird
not
to
have
me.
been that though, McCoy. It may have just been something as simple as why not try this little adjustment in your shot? And with those type of players, all of a sudden that little
Well,
criticism
if I'm
is.
the Sixers, I hate that
Well,
dude for
McCoy,
life.
yeah,
because-
McCoy, that's what I was
and
gonna
it
say.
could- honestly, this could have come from somebody's in the Sixers organization. Like it literally
No,
is just
then
that
I hate
simple.
them too.
They said,
And all of a
they said
sudden,
in
that
the article,
fragile mind is just gone. Go ahead, Rich.
they said in the article that the Sixers weren't. They knew his shot was a weird, but they were like, he makes it enough where we're not going to touch with it. We're not going to mess
That's
with
like
it. at all."
LA with Lonzo. Like Lonzo's
Yeah.
shot obviously is funky, but you can't mess with a 19,
But-
20-year-old kid's shit
but
like
McCoy,
that. Like,
That guy who, like, I get what you're saying. Like, why would he have the power to change it? That guy, he's such a divisive character in the Sixers that he works out with him and doesn't tell the Sixers.
oh really?
Yeah, like the Sixers don't want him really around. Like the article starts off with Fultz in the
That's
gym
wild.
with him in like January, and then the guy who's writing the article goes back to the Sixers and tells them that he saw him there. Like, oh, he was working out with him. And they were like, what? Why is he with him?
Oh really?
Yeah. So like, and they don't know how to handle it because he's known him since he's 7, and they don't want to be like, yo, you can't be around that dude, and have him be like, well, fuck you then. I'm gonna be around.
No, I'm the one paying you millions of dollars, and if I tell you not to be around that dude and listen to him, don't listen to him. Like,
I mean,
that's what it is.
Hold on. What happens if that dude's like a father figure to him, though?
He's a surrogate father.
I mean, I'm not trying to joke around, but yeah, I was getting to a larger point because, like, what happens if this dude is actually viewed as a father figure to
Well, that's like the
from
thing with
Markel?
Lonzo. Like, how do you tell Lonzo to tell his dad to shut up?
Because that's yes, Rich. That's where I was getting.
Then
Like,
trade him.
how do you do that in that situation?
Trade him.
But it's not helping the problem.
I don't care if it's the problem. If I get something good back for him, that's your problem now.
Well, so in that situation, then I would just say that's a huge fail on Philly's part. You had all this time to figure out who you were going
Oh.
to take with #1.
I don't
and you
think
didn't
Philly.
realize
Look,
that
I
this
don't
dude
think
was an
Philly
issue.
looked into it like that, though. I think Philly just got a call from the Celtics or whoever had the #1 pick, and we're like, "We'll trade you #1," and they were like, "Yes, we'll take that."
Well, then, like I said, this is a Philly problem. Then
And
You-
they probably should have
you
taken
ain't
like
do your
Tatum
research.
or somebody.
They
You know,
should have
If
taken.
you want to be
yeah,
a real
Tatum.
program and a real franchise, then you should
imagine
have done
that
your
son
research.
Embiid, Simmons, and Tatum.
That would have been a problem.
What'd you say, Rich?
Actually, in the article, it says that the Sixers believe Fultz is 100%. Like, they don't think he's hurt anymore. And they're just waiting for
So
him
they're
to
just
come
not
in
playing
and
for
be
mental
like,
reasons.
look, I'm ready to do this.
And he can't do that.
I don't
What
think
kind of basketball player is that, son? Like, I don't want that dude on my team.
Son, there are so many people that are so weak like that mentally. Derrick Rose is one of them.
Derrick Rose had 7 ACL injuries, though. That's different.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was
Derrick
MVP
Rose
before
still
he did.
mentally, he still mentally is in the same frame,
No, I don't
mind
think
frame.
that's the same.
Those
like-
dudes are so fragile mentally. It's incredible. But it's anybody.
I mean,
your
that many
confidence-
knee injuries is
it
gonna
takes-
fuck with anybody.
But it takes nothing to have your confidence shook. There's also tons of people that come back from knee
So
injuries.
that many ACL injuries are nothing.
So Adrian Peterson came back in 6 months or less from an ACL injury to have the most rushing yards ever.
Adrian Peterson is an alien, son.
Well,
So-
all I'm saying
Come
is
on.
you don't know what happened with one
No,
person.
I know what
I'm
you're
s-
saying, but
They're all fragile individuals.
not all of them. Kobe wasn't a fragile individual.
Even Kobe, he just had enough confidence
wasn't
to
fragile.
overcome a lot of it.
Kobe was the farthest from
Oh,
fragile.
bullshit.
I think he's probably the
Oh,
least fragile
Jesus.
dude there was. Like
When was Kobe fragile?
Never,
So-
son. Not never. Not a day in his life, son.
That man was going to court for rape charges and would come back and drop 50 on him.
Dropping buckets, son. Like,
Right?
come on.
Is you out here shooting like Fultz after court?
If,
Yeah. You can say a lot of things about Kobe. You're fragile is not one of them, son. Like,
that man was
You're right. I'm wrong.
that man was
you
too
are.
hard.
Ah, I think that's the first time I've ever heard that in my life, son. I'm glad this is on a podcast, because we need this recorded, son.
Honest to God, while you guys were all just talking, I was sitting there and I was like, all right, I need a comment. What can I use to back my argument up?
I wish he had a little
Nah, Kobe
fragility.
ain't weak. That was just wrong.
Takes a big man to admit their errors.
Kobe, I think we can all agree, is not the norm.
No, absolutely.
The norm
Kobe's a fucking weirdo.
is extremely
Well,
bad,
that's why I
extremely
reacted
fragile.
the way I did when you said Kobe.
What's weird about this situation, though, is I'm sure hundreds of motherfuckers went through some pressure like this, and this is the only one I see with a shot that looking like that.
That's why I don't know if he's hurt or not.
Right, like Lonzo.
Like, I see people miss.
Lonzo didn't start shooting good, but Lonzo wasn't fucking.
His
Lonzo's firing, son.
his
Like,
shit is
Lonzo's
all,
not
like,
scared of that shit. Like, he's putting them up. Like he's not worried about it.
look at John
Like, Fultz is
Starks, man.
done.
That dude missed everything. You know he had the
Yeah,
jitters.
0 for 11 in the finals, son.
But it
Lost
didn't
him a
look like that.
Yeah, lost him a championship, man.
Like, I get missing, but damn, man, that form. I think it's a mixture of everything. But this other guy you're talking about, man, what did he do? I feel like he
I
did
don't
some like,
Hypnotized that dude.
yeah,
son.
right. Like he got
He
him
got
in the
the
sunken
spots on him
place.
and hypnotized him.
He's
You
in
know,
the
I'm gonna
sunken
say,
place.
Again, it literally can just be a simple thing of maybe you should try this different. And they hear the word different and they think, well, what's wrong with I'm doing?
Man.
Well, he's been.
And then all of a sudden that tumbleweeds and snowballs
That's out,
into
man.
an avalanche. And some people are better than others with it. Obviously, he's on the Ryan Leaf type of deal.
well,
That is the worst thing you can have as an athlete, because that makes you start hesitating and thinking about it. Like,
Exactly.
you gotta just play, man. Like, you got there for a reason. Just you gotta
Mental
play.
toughness
Like,
goes through life.
That's
yeah,
why I
he
keep
did.
saying I don't know if he really got hurt or not, because I don't see how someone who could be the first pick in the NBA draft just forgets how to fucking shoot.
Yeah. Like that's not
They-
a feasible thing. Like
they-
you don't. The
they
physics of
actually-
it are not happening.
Well, we
Like,
were
if there's
talking
one
about
thing
it when he
people
got
can do is
drafted
shoot.
too. Like, he should. I don't think he should have been the number 1 pick. Like, I never heard of that dude.
Well,
but he can't shoot.
Hearing of him and not thinking he's number one are two different things.
Bro, the number 1 pick you're gonna hear about. Like,
I mean, his
Except
team
during the
didn't.
season.
And
Hold
his
on,
team
McCoy.
didn't win at all. Like, why is this
I
guy
agree with
number
you,
one?
except for two things. One, his team wasn't good, and two, he played at Washington. The media is an
Ben
East Coast
Simmons
driven.
played at
The
LSU,
media,
but his team wasn't good, and you heard about Ben Simmons.
and if you shut up and let
Let
me
him
finish,
know.
the media is
I
an
will
East
not.
Coast. The
I will
media,
not.
the media is an East Coast driven machine. LSU is on the East Coast. Washington is the furthest away you can get. Nobody is
Simmons
Literally.
watching. Yeah, like nobody is watching
But if
his
you're
ass
nice,
because they
dude-
don't come on until 10 o'clock at night. So he's
Social
not
media
getting
will
any
make you nice,
big
dude,
ones.
if you're nice.
Yeah, like
you can spread that around.
Right.
Ben
I'll see it
Simmons
when
was
I
also
wake up.
compared to LeBron.
well, I think that was foolish too.
Ben
but-
Simmons is mad about that All-Star snub. Numbers don't lie.
Yeah, we'll see.
So is
Don't even know
Australia's
what an
parliament.
all-star
You think
is, man.
Australia needs to
So
learn
it's
that shit?
Australia's parliament. What are they about to get the big boot like they had in The Simpsons and kick him?
No, yo, hold on a minute. Did you not watch the little video I sent in the,
No, I didn't
the group
see anything
chat?
about the parliament.
Oh,
He was
so
tight.
this works out perfect because you brought up that Simpsons episode. So this
He got
cat
the
that
big
is
boot.
literally part of Parliament had the floor, and he said it listed off all of Ben Simmons' stats, and he said, and this guy was left out of the NBA All-Star game, and I don't remember what player got put in that he named, but he called
Goran
somebody
Dragic.
out and was like,
Dragging, probably.
who would want this guy over Ben Simmons?
Nobody.
And then he proceeded to say, Yankees, you think that Australians were upset about the Simpsons episode? Oh, you have no idea what's coming.
I wouldn't have wanted him over a bunch of people on the All-Star team, to be honest. Like,
I had no idea that Australians were actually upset about a
were
Simpsons
they mad about that?
episode.
That's funny.
It got
That's
brought up
funny.
in Parliament, I'm assuming
Yeah.
so.
You saw that episode before, right?
Hell yeah.
His bite fucking makes the collect call to Australia. And then they
To
have
ask
go
him which
there
way
to
the
pay
water
for it.
runs.
Yep, clockwise and counterclockwise. Yeah. And then they go there, and his punishment is to get punted with the big boot. He hopped away and pulled down his pants and had like "Don't trend on me" on his
Yep.
ass or something. Oh, that's funny. The Simpsons is the shit. See, The Simpsons knows everything, man. They already knew Parliament was mad about some dumb shit. Simmons is right though. Like he should be on the All-Star team over
Man,
Dragic
LeBron-
and Kemba Walker.
LeBron didn't make an All-Star team his first year. Ben can take a break.
Yeah, like you're a rookie.
Yeah, I mean, I
It's
guess
part
that's
of-
a good
it's
point,
part
too,
Of, it's
but-
part of it, you know.
But he deserves to
I
be
mean,
there.
he's got a good point though. The numbers wasn't lying.
No, he deserves
Yeah.
to be there.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I guess either way, I can't argue about. But it's like if you're looking at the All-Star team, how many players on the All-Star team are you taking over Ben Simmons though? LeBron.
You
Steph.
know, I'd take way more than that. Like, I'll take LeBron,
Like-
KD, Russell,
Yeah.
Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, but like KD's like 30, you know.
Oh, if you're going age-wise.
I don't give a fuck. He's still the best player in the
If
league.
if you're starting a franchise like for a season, like yeah,
Uh,
you're taking those dudes, but
taking Karl Anthony
long
I'm starting a
term,
franchise for the next 5 years. I'm still taking KD.
That's true.
yeah. Yeah, but how many KD years are you gonna get? You know,
5.
you think
That
he's gonna
motherfucker's
play
gonna
till
be-
35 like that?
He's going to be
This
able to
day and
shoot
age?
for years.
Yeah, like this day and age, absolutely. Think
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
the
Like
thing.
look at Tom Brady at 41. Like dudes are just able
Wow.
to stay healthier
That's because he
longer.
drinks 7 gallons of water a day.
Doesn't eat strawberries.
Well, just blueberries, son.
You know why KD is going to be good? Because he drinks himself the juice. The juice is good for your heart and your
He
cat.
probably drinks better juice than you,
cardiovascular
though,
system.
son. He probably drinks better juice than you.
Yo, they drink. I don't know about quality, but I know money wise. Those
which
dudes spend
means it
some
probably
cash.
tastes better.
I don't do with wine. That's one of those weird things that just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's good. But again, that goes to everybody's palate's different. So you may like a $5 wine and hate a $1,000 wine.
I feel like the $5 wine's never a good choice.
Well, you
It's like
drank
the five. It's like
you
the
drank a
$5
$5
vodka.
wine when you were here and you liked it. So
Son, listen, I was not sober when I said that, so that's up for
Still-
debate.
still liked it.
That's up for debate. You tricked me right there, is what happened. You got me, like, oh, I'm going to trick him. But the fact of the matter is, you liked the eggnog when you were perfectly fine, son. The eggnog is the shit.
I had a sip of the eggnog and said, no, it doesn't taste too bad, but I didn't
Yeah.
drink anymore because I'm not drinking fucking raw eggs, you
Yeah,
dummy.
well, doesn't taste bad. You just didn't want to drink it because you were stereotyping, like usual.
No, I was being smart. I'm not trying to die of salmonella poisoning, you son of a bitch.
Listen,
Don't
man,
put that juju on me.
The hood's been since 1864, son. Ain't nobody died from salmonella.
I'll tell you what, when you die because of salmonella poisoning from eggnog
You
one
can
day,
come to my funeral and hate on me, son. The
Joe,
whole time.
I'm giving your eulogy,
whole
and it's
time,
going to be
son. All
nothing
y'all,
but
son.
hate.
Hey, son, if I die from salmonella from eggnog, feel free, son. You got it. Like, you won. I'm still going to haunt you, though.
No. Don't, no. I'll shoot
I'm
you.
gonna be like them motherfuckers in your mom's crawl space, like them children out in the woods
Oh,
screaming,
no, son.
Kyle! Just messing with you.
You and I are no longer friends. Get out of here.
That's what happens, man. If you shit on me at my funeral, I'm haunting you, son.
Don't die of salmonella poisoning because you're drinking fucking raw eggs.
Either way, son, you're just
Hating
gonna
on,
be hearing
hating on
me yelling.
Rocky.
You're just gonna be hearing me from out in your patio, like Kyle, what you doing, man?
So
That's
Rich
what
and
should be.
Rich and Kev have tuned out at this point. So
I'm watching Rockets. with
Listening to
T-Wolves.
you fools.
Do either of you have anything else to bring up? Otherwise, I think I'm gonna cut our drunk asses off here.
I ain't drunk.
Yep. End it right there.
And on that point, the fellas are out.